Hi, my name is Jeff Sanford, co-founder and CTO of Woven.io, a website localization service. So for example, if you have an English website and you want to present it in multiple languages with Woven.io, you can do that. So if you were to create a website, what language would you create it in? English? Cantonese? Spanish? How about all three? Would you consider a multilingual website? Before working on this problem, I wouldn't have. I would have thought English was good enough. Everybody speaks English. But I think that thinking this way is a big mistake. There are 3 billion users on the internet today, and 70% of those are non-English speakers. There are 4 billion people in the world today who are joining the internet in the coming years. Of that 4 billion, 90% are non-English speakers. So when you limit your website to one language, you're also limiting yourself to a fragment of those users. So if there's such a big opportunity, why aren't more sites localized? Well, localization seems simple, but once you start doing it, it becomes time-consuming and expensive. It's easy to think all I need is a translation, and I throw it online. But really, the translation is a piece of a puzzle, a large and complex puzzle. And all of these things can put your project behind schedule and over budget. So to help with all of these things, we've built Woven.io. We wrote Woven.io from the first line of code to be quick, simple, and easy. You can localize your entire website in a matter of minutes. If you're concerned with the quality of the translation, you can order professional handwritten translation directly through Woven.io, and that can come back in a matter of hours. So here's the Echelon homepage. You can see here that we're translating it into Japanese. We support 27 languages. The content on this page can be edited as simply as clicking on a piece of text and typing. We're always trying to think of new ways to make this process smoother and easier for our customers. So here's an example. On the Echelon website, the word Echelon is all over. But maybe you don't want it translated. Maybe you want to keep it in English. So sure, you can go through every single page and edit every spot where you see Echelon. But it's time consuming. So with Woven.io, you make a few edits with a tech deck change and apply it across your website. Another difficult problem with localization is maintenance. It's very easy to make a few changes here and there, but not update your translated content. Your translated content becomes out of date, and it can become a problem for your users. With Woven.io, if you update your page with a tech deck change, and we can translate it for you. If you add a new page, we can detect that for you and translate it for you as well. We're always trying to find new ways to make it quicker, simpler, and easier. Here's some of the companies that we're talking to right now. If a user joins Woven.io, they will start with a free subscription plan. But we also offer some paid subscription plans. The enterprise plan is a custom price plan that can be anywhere between $500 to $5,000 a month. We also, another revenue stream of ours is a small fee we put on top of our professional translations. When someone asks us, what's our market, we often say, there are 1 billion internet domains in the world. Sounds ambitious, right? But the reason we say this is because we're building Woven.io to be the kind of service you can use on any type of website, from a corporate site to a personal blog to an e-commerce site. And the reason we're doing this is because our vision is for the world's websites to be accessible by the world over. And we think with Woven.io we can do that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Woven. Now the judges can ask 1 to 2 questions.
So how do you deal with apps right now? How do you think about like apps?
Right, we don't support apps right now, but it's a very interesting space because of people that have websites and apps and they have the same content in both, right? So that is something we want to get into, but we're starting with websites and we want to focus and get that right first before we move on to apps.
Could you tell me more about the detail about the monetization scheme?
Sure. So as you saw before, we have the 3 subscription plans, and we also have the professional translations. So those are our 2 main revenue streams. We have a lot of we're speaking with around 100 companies right now who are interested in the enterprise plan, and that's what we're looking at a lot for a big part of our revenue stream. We started our subscription plans about 2 months ago, so it's all pretty new to us. Everything before that was free, but we're still looking at what else we can do in that space.
All right, thank you, Woven, and thank you, judges.
Thank you very much.
We'll go on to our next startup for the day. Asher from Australia.